Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Isolated Insights. This week is Parashat Vaetchanan, Shabbat Nachmu, or Shabbat of Comfort. May we all be comforted. Amen. I want to share with you a story based on something I heard this morning, but it's kind of been running through my head these past 25 hours that we've just fasted. And it goes as follows. Bear with me, I will keep moving. So there was a Rosh Hashiva, head of a Talmudic college, from Baranovich, Lithuania, pre-war, who was fundraising for his college in America. And one day, one of his colleagues said to him, "Rabbi, I think you shall go to a gentleman called Philip Steenberg. Philip is a man who has a huge clothing factory, very well off. And Rabbi Elchanan Wasserman, the Rosh Hashiva, he said, well, it's quite a schlep to go to the city from Brooklyn. Is it really worth it for me to go?" And his colleague said to him, "Well, to be honest, Rabbi, this man Philip, he's not religious anymore. He doesn't sign up to anything on Judaism. He doesn't give money to anybody." Says Rabbi Elchanan, "So why do you think I should go?" And his colleague said to him, "Well, you see, he's also originally from Baranovich, where you're from, and I think maybe he might know you, maybe you'll get along, or maybe something else would happen." And Rabbi Elchanan said, "You know what, I want to go anyway." And so Rabbi Elchanan takes this long trip. Again, pre-war would have taken a little bit longer than it would have taken today, and he gets to the Philip Steenberg factory. He comes in, and straight away he recognizes Philip. He says, "Pinchas!" And Pinchas looks at him and says, "Oh, Chonon!" And they were in school together, and they hugged, and they kissed, and they talked. And then finally Philip turns to Rabbi Wasserman, and he says, "Chonon, why did you come visit me?" And Chonon looks at Philip, and he says, "You see this jacket? Over here there's a button. The button's broken. I heard you work in the clothing industry, and I was hoping maybe you could fix my button." Philip, he laughed. He said, "What? You want me to fix your button?" And he opened his display cabinet. He said, "Choose a suit, any suit you want, and I'll make you a whole suit." And Rabbi Elchanan says, No, Philip, I'm happy with this jacket. I just need this button fixing here." And he said, "You're mad." He said, "At the time it'll take my tailor to do it. I could just get you a new suit." He said, "I want my button fixed." And so he calls up his tailor, no problem. Philip calls up his tailor, and the tailor sews Rabbi Elchanan Wasserman's button and fixes it. Rabbi Elchanan stands up, says, "Thank you so much, Philip. So lovely to see you, and lovely to catch up." And he heads out the door. And Philip is tossing and turning all night long. He cannot understand why Rabbi Elchanan will come just to fix a button. And so in the morning, he calls up Rabbi Elchanan and says, "Come back to my office, Rabbi." And so Rabbi Elchanan takes a trip again, and he goes to the office, and he says, Philip turns to him, he says, "I don't understand. Why did you come to my office yesterday?" He said, "To fix my button." Says Philip to Rabbi Elchanan, he says, "So you mean to tell me you came all the way from Brooklyn to my office to fix your button? Is there nobody there that can do it?" Says Rabbi Elchanan, No, Philip. I didn't come all the way from Brooklyn to fix your button. To fix my button. He says, "I came all the way from Lithuania to you for you to fix my button." And Philip says, "Doesn't make sense." And Rabbi Elchanan says, "Is that it?" He says, "I guess that's it." And he gets up and he starts walking out the door. And Philip turns to Rabbi Elchanan and says, "Rabbi Elchanan, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense." And Rabbi Elchanan Wasserman, in his sharp wisdom, turned to Philip and said, "Philip, we have inside of us the most beautiful heavenly soul. It just doesn't make sense that this soul will come all the way from heaven into our human body and go through the human experience with us just to sew buttons. It just doesn't make sense." He says, wake up. There is something so much deeper to life." And I could just leave this story there, and I think it's a powerful message within itself. And I was thinking about it, and then I came to this understanding in that the Jewish nation, the Jewish people, we've been through such a long and hard journey, much of which we remembered yesterday and which we mourned over Tisha B'av. We've been through a journey that has taken us through from Egypt, through pogroms, crusades, murderous murderous episodes. We've been through libels, through absolutely any amount of suffering you can think of. The Jewish people and the Jewish nation have been through. Have we really gone through this journey to sew buttons? Can we really be complacent to just go with our normal life and just do what we do without trying to look deeper and trying to look higher and trying to understand at least a little bit of spiritual element of why we're here? Try to focus on the morals of that Judaism teaches. This week we review the Ten Commandments, and many of these commandments, most of them taught society morals. Many of the commandments that the Jewish nation brought, they taught the whole Christian Bible, the whole Quran, and much of the world's ideologies are based off of Jewish values, and we need to be an example of that. We've been through a journey, and we need to look to lift ourselves from that journey. We need to look to see where we can do better. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a good summer, and looking forward to see those of you that is safe in Shul. Shabbat Shalom.